to beat me with in that store. Like, you know,
I'd have got
like
the
I had
buckle into the belt.
consequences for acting that way.
What'd
you say?
I said I'd have got the buckle into the belt.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Or if I hit around the
dad did with
corner.
me.
Oh, if I hit around the corner, hey, that ain't nothing. Mom's stiletto heels was also a boomerang.
You reach out and get around there for
get you around the corner.
Remember those leather belts that had like rows of holes, like 3 or 4?
Yep.
You can't tell me when those were on the drawing board, they weren't making those to spank kids with. Those were good things to spank your kids with. I never got to spank mine with them.
Oh, they tried to make them look good. You know
what?
They tried to make them look good. The one I got beat with most was a white belt. It looked all innocent.
Man, that was like a fashion accessory. That wasn't anything that anybody was using for like utility. That was a fashion accessory, dude.
Yeah,
I can picture that belt in my head too, man. That white leather, 4 holes per row, you know. And
well, you know, my stepdad married my mom in the height of disco.
Well, and if you follow the chain of events after that belt, I'm like giving you a course in like the history of spanking, my spankings growing up. After that belt came the urban cowboy days. And everybody had a belt that was real thick leather and it had like your name and, you know, tooled in it. You could whip a kid's ass with one of those too real good. I got whipped through 2 dance fads, man. The disco age and the urban cowboy age, man. I got ass beatings in both of those eras.
Yeah, you look at your butt and it says Trebor. You're like, what the hell's Trebor? Oh, yeah, it's Robert backwards. Shit made an impression in my ass.
Did you have one of those belts? Did you have a belt that had your name on it?
No, I never did.
You didn't?
I was never a cowboy type.
Man, never was. Your birthday's coming up. I want to get you a belt with your name tool in it, man.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah, that's all you got on that? I can do that?
Well, yeah, I'm not going to go spend $200 on a damn belt.
Oh, man, I bet you can get it on Etsy or someplace like that. Didn't Etsy the one? Don't they have a lot of crafty stuff on there?
Yeah, I'm sure it's not leather. It'd be like cheap ass.
Well, I didn't say I was going to get you something real, dude.
I
just said I was going to get you Donnie, did you catch that one? I just said I was going to get you a belt.
Hey, you know what though? I dig belts because I can turn one into a guitar strap if I need it.
Well, yeah, if I get you one of those. I mean, I guess you could. You could turn one with your name on it into a guitar strap, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe I'll get you a matching guitar strap with the belt. I'll get you hooked up there.
Everybody's going to look at it. They're going to be like, who's Gib Yidit? That's Big Tiddy. It's backwards. He's an idiot.
Oh, man. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, back to what we were talking about, consequences and benefits and stuff. That's the hardest part now is that there's a sizable part of our population that don't know how to handle consequences. And so when you got this sizable amount of people you're introducing into society, it makes for some weird times out in public, man. Hence my trips to Walmart, you know? I mean...
Oh, I don't disagree at all. I think your shopping at Walmart is an exercise in futility at its best.
It could definitely be like a part of like social so I can't even come up with the word sociology. Jeez, it was right on the tongue there. Yeah, they could be like sociology projects, man. I mean, break those down because I'm usually dealing with groups of people in Walmart. When I'm dealing with people, it's a group.
Well, you know, you say group, and group rhymes with goop, and goop sounds like goo. And when you say goo, then people start thinking spunk. And when I think of spunk, I think of Spunk Lube. Spunk Lube Hybrid is the Avian Award-winning, glycerin-free, white and creamy lube of all lubes. It's water-based and silicone-based. Yes, I said it, both of them. It's a hybrid, water-based and silicone-based. Unlike any other personal lubricant available, Spunk Lube Hybrid is sex toy safe with all materials to include silicone, latex, glass, metal, rubber, neoprene, fabric, and even realistic. Spunk Lube is non-staining, and as an added bonus, it will soften your skin. I promise you, it does. Spunk Lube Hybrid is a perfect blend of water and silicone. Why do they call it Spunk Lube? Well, it mimics cum and feel, smoothness, and it looks exactly like it. It's an all-purpose personal lubricant that can be used for any occasion. You will love the natural feeling of Spunk Lube Hybrid. It is hypoallergenic and safe for sensitive skin, and it mimics natural body lubrication. Plus, it feels amazing on you. It comes in multiple sizes, all the way up to a gallon, which I have by my bed, by the way.
A gallon?
Hubba hubba. And it's a preferred lubricant of porn stars everywhere. Ordering it? Simple. Just go to spunklube.com, place your choices in the shopping cart, and enter Hot Pocket in the discount code box at checkout to get 10% off your order. Visit spunklube.com today and take your sex game to the next level.
Well, there you have that.
Yeah, I needed to get them in.
Yeah. Gotta pay props out there to the people that sponsor it. Thank you very much, Spunk Lube.
Yep, and Gorilla Grow Tents.
Gorilla Grow Tents recently came on, and we're getting ready to bring on Red Dirt RX as well. So those will be the names you guys are hearing a whole bunch of.
And thanks for the merch, Gorilla Grow Tents.
If you guys saw us out on 420 at the Shrine, we gave away a bunch of Gorilla Tents merch. So yeah, thank you to those guys. Gorilla hooked us up at the last minute. That was totally my fault. Got some swag in our hands, and we passed it along to the good people of the Shrine that night.
Sure did. And with Tulsa, Oklahoma being the newest medicinal marijuana state, where it's come into effect and people are now licensed and there's other people that are growing and dispensaries that are open, you're allowed to grow your own. You know, you can have 6 mature plants and you can have 6 seedlings. And where do you grow these things at? Well, if you want to grow them at home, get you a Gorilla Grow Tent. It makes things so much easier.
We just came to an impasse.
Mm-hmm.
That became a very bizarre impasse.
It did. You know, I'm going to leave it because it's going to, when we go into post-production, it'll take all that silence and shorten it down to 3/4 of a second. And then it's going to sound like you're laughing at me for advertising Gorilla Glue. So,
yeah, that broke out weird. Broke out real weird, man.
All right. So anyways, back to what we were talking about.
Consequences?
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you going to go somewhere with it, or you want me to continue?
Yeah, I want you to continue.
I mean, that's just, I was just referring to this sizable part of the population that doesn't know how to deal with consequences. And there doesn't look to be any end to that in sight. I mean, that group of people is growing and growing and growing. And that causes a good portion of the polarization in the country, I think.
I think where things are starting with right now is with the parents' inability to discipline their kids like we were disciplined. You know, they know no bounds, literally.
And that's my generation's.
Yeah.
My generation's the one that started all the stupid participation trophies and, all that kind of shit. That's raised another generation of kids that don't know how to handle disappointment, defeat, and consequences.
Well, I think that's DHS and CPS. I think it's their fault. You used to be able to spank a kid. You used to get your ass handed at school, and then go home and get the double jeopardy, and get it just as hard, if not harder, at home.
Oh yeah,
everybody was fine with that. You used to be able to whip your neighbor's kids.
See, when we grew up, though, dude, you didn't even have any human rights. Like, you didn't start getting human rights till you were like 13, 14 years old. And you didn't get all the human rights at one time.
Nope.
You couldn't be trusted with that. You only got like 1 or 2 at a time. So, yeah, and when we were raised, we didn't have any rights. Kids didn't have any rights at all. And you know what? People grew up and turned out just fine. Just totally fine. But yeah, you're right. Now, you can't spank your kids. You can't do this. You can't do that. I saw a deal that mother got in trouble. I don't know how this worked. A mother was in trouble because she took a cell phone away from her daughter. And, there's that weird charge they get everybody with when it has to do with the phone. I don't know. It's using a telephonic device to make terroristic threats or something. That's what they charge everybody with it. has issues with the phone.
Yeah.
But yeah, the mother ended up getting charged with that and convicted. I think they knocked it down to some misdemeanor charge, but all she did was take her daughter's phone from her that she's probably paying for.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, how screwed up? How do things get that screwed up?
Yeah, I think
and that's the deal. That kid didn't learn one damn thing about consequences in that situation.
No, not at all. And you'd like to think, well, you just turn off the phone and not pay for it. But I mean, you can't just turn on the phone and turn off the phone and turn on the phone and turn off the phone.
Yeah.
You can do that as a parent with your service, but you still got to pay for that phone.
Yeah. Yeah.
So even if it's off, you got to pay for it. You might shut it down and have to pay a penalty to get out of the contract, but then it's shut down. But you can't just haphazardly shut it down and not pay for it and turn it back on and pay for it.
That phone is a privilege.
Big time.
There's a lot of kids and grown people both in the country that don't have cell phones. As crazy as that sounds, there are some people like that.
Voting is a damn privilege.
Yeah.
Yet there's so many numbskulls that go out to vote that have no idea what they're voting about. They're a bunch of shit.
How scary is that?
Following what somebody else said to do. That's scary.
There's consequences for those kinds of actions too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, hell, that almost happened. And in America would have had consequences had Hillary become president.
Oh, Lord. Oh, God.
Yeah, there would have been consequences.
Mm-hmm. Well, and there's people that say there's consequences because Trump became president. There probably are some consequences to him becoming president.
Oh, there's a lot of consequences. Man, you found out that tax cut was actually real, and you found out that you're not paying near as much taxes. Now, you might sit there and say, well, I didn't get hardly anything on my tax check on my return. Well, dummy, you didn't get much of a return because you're not paying as much in taxes.
Yeah, you didn't pay as much.
Dummy.
All right.
So, yeah. Are you not better off now than you were 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago?
Well, that's what I'm saying, man. Now there's all these people that don't, when the election happened, all these people didn't like the outcome, so they just threw a big fit,
You know what's sad?
They didn't get a participation trophy, so all hell broke.
Here's more consequence. What's sad?
Oh, good.
AOC, when she doesn't get reelected, she gets paid every year.
I haven't even had that. Well, thanks for. Now I'll go to bed pissed off tonight.
Yeah, we will pay her a salary every year for the rest of her life
when she's behind that bar.
Yeah. Yeah, she'll be behind bars, just not the bars that you think. Yeah, she'll be the richest bartender out there making $100,000 a year. I don't even know what the retirement pay is for Congress. Donnie, look that up, because I have no idea.
That's a good question.
Faster, Donnie.
Doesn't the president make $400,000 every quarter? Isn't that how that goes?
Yeah, they get an 80% rate on their congressional pay. So that right now is $139,200.
Way to go, Donnie. Oh, that was good work under pressure, bud.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Huh? That's a pretty penny to live on, dude.
Okay, now here's something Donnie just passed on. Look at it. The members of Congress are eligible for a pension at the age of 62 if they have completed at least 5 years of service. So, not only is there that $139,200, there's a pension that happens after the age of 62. But she won't get it because she did not because a water bottle with a D on it is going to take her seat.
You're going to keep a hold of that one for a minute.
Yeah. I didn't realize I was going to go to bed pissed off now.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing that up.
Donnie, damn you. We'd have been fine without those numbers.
Yeah, no kidding, man. That's sickening. Anyway.
There'll be consequences for you later, Donnie. All right, so back to what you were talking about.
Mm-hmm. Back to what I was talking about. That's what I'm saying, man, is like, I think that's the problem. There's a lot of people out there that don't know how to handle consequences. They don't know how to, you you were probably like me, you know, told as a kid, lick your wounds, get up, get back in the game, you know, like, it wasn't